the talk shows, Find Your Own Voice Live. So I'm sorry we are late, and we've been trying having technical problems, and Dr. Bigot can't come on. For some reason, she can come on, but her audio is giving her problems. So if she doesn't manage to come on, the show must go on. So I'm really, really sorry. So the topic today is the courage to speak your truth, find your own voice. What does it mean having the courage to speak your own truth? When you speak your own truth, basically it gives you freedom. I'm not talking about arrogant and trying to prove a point that I'm right, or trying to basically trying to prove someone that they are wrong. I'm basically, when we talk about having the courage to speak your own truth, it is about basically you basically speaking your own truth, your true authenticity, being authentic, and giving yourself that freedom to speak. No, some people they'll say, I basically am not afraid to express my opinion. That's not speaking your own truth. Speaking your own truth is coming from unconditional love, and is basically is connecting your feelings, your thoughts and your feelings, and your values and your beliefs, and knowing that when somebody, let's say when someone asks you to do something, if you know that you're busy, if you know that you cannot help at that moment, instead of doing it for the sake of not wanting to upset me, that's not speaking coming from the truth. That's not speaking your own truth. It's speaking your own truth. It means when it's meant to be known, it has to be known. It has to come in a place of unconditional love. When you love someone, there are boundaries in that relationship, and you have to, it's about expressing your true authenticity, and speaking your own truth is about letting go of being right and being arrogant. Is coming in a place like I said before, is coming in a place of unconditional love. It's about you knowing yourself, and not trying to control people, or trying to control their thoughts, their feelings, or trying to coming into a conversation where you control the conversation, where you want them to basically to behave in a certain way. That's not speaking your own truth. Speaking your own truth is about giving yourself the freedom of uh being this, basically you being you, your emotions, your thoughts, and letting it all out and just being you, and not wanting to say, okay, this is where I'm going to prove a point, and I'm going to control this person for them to have a conversation how I want, or for them to be the person that I want them to be. Speaking your own truth is, okay, what is Dr. Big say? Speaking your own truth. Hi, Charlie. How you doing? It's good to see you. Good to see you. So it's about being in the moment. Basically, when you speak your own truth, is letting go of I know it all, and it's about, or maybe letting go, or wanting to win the conversation, or wanting to control. Is oh, awesome, awesome. It is good. It's good to hear that you are well. Please feel free. Anyone that is coming to the anyone that is coming on, please feel free to actually share. Mukungu, hi Isaac. How you doing, Mukungu? How do you say that? So just feel free to have a conversation with me, and don't worry about people that if you actually type in, they're gonna see your name and they're gonna start speaking your own truth. Is about getting into the conversation and you finding your own voice. And gossip talk show is all about people finding their own voice and lead from within. So when you come on, it just feel free to type. Have freedom. Feel free to type and get into the conversation. If I have to speak to you, based on the conversation that you're saying, so I can help you to find your own voice, or you already know can help someone. Your comment might help someone else as well. You never know. So there might be some valuable information that you might have that somebody might read and say, oh, okay, I basically connect with this person. So speaking your own truth is basically, it gives you freedom. It's like when you come, like when you meet me, it's like you meet someone, let's say we meet up in a group. It's like you being there, empowering people, not worrying about what people gonna say. There are some people who are very, very talented. People who basically, if they had the courage to be the person that they're meant to be, they will change people's lives. But they're scared. They've built a wall in front of them that I don't want to do this, or I don't want to speak my own truth. The people are gonna judge me. But nowadays, uh, people don't judge anyone. People wants to hear you. There's so many people that are suffering from so many mentally health problems, and they would like to be surrounded by people like you, people who speak their own truth, the people who are empowering people, people who are bringing encouragements to other people, encouraging people to become who they want to become. But 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 people are really, really scared to actually, there's so much fear that if I say this or if I do this, it's like even coming to the talk show and just commenting and saying, I'm feeling good today, Nomsa, how you doing? Some people don't want to do that. They're like, I don't want to interfere. But guess what? How are you going to find your own voice if you're not going to communicate with people, if you're not going to be who you want to be, if you're not going to be basically connect with people in an authentic way? How are you going to find your own voice and lead? So you have to find your own voice. You have to be someone that comes in a place of authenticity, and just be yourself and not being afraid of, if I do this or if I do that, I might be doing it wrong, or I might be doing this, or I might be doing this. So you have to wear your authentic coat. So I call it authentic coat when I speak to my clients. So they come to me and they're looking for a relationship. So you ask someone a question, you want to help them, you want to ask them questions. So why are you single? And if that person has been hurt, they're coming to you, paying you money to help them, and they've been hurt before in the past. Instead of letting it all out, to say, you know what, I've been hurt before, and it has caused me to have problems with my confidence and things like that, because we do have coaches within the agency. Instead of letting all out, they get scared of, oh, I was afraid. But I'm a psychologist. My job basically is to snoop around in people's emotions and find out exactly what the problem is. So I'm like, if you don't tell me, I'm going to figure out anyway. So it's just being authentic. And when you come to someone, it's like you come to me. If you're looking for love, you let it all out. No, sir, I'm single because of the choices that I've made in the past. I've not basically uh, lived my life like I've made the choices of selecting the wrong people, but deep down I know in my heart what I want. So how can I change that? So that's where you have to have a coach to help you to be authentic. And also sometimes some people might be 100% good at picking up the selecting, the department of selecting. They might be 100% good, but it might be when it comes to relationship, they don't have knowledge and the relationship doesn't last because they don't speak their truth. When they meet someone, they have that relationship. 1 year is amazing. They get to know the person, but then after the relationship changes because they don't want to speak their own truth. You go to a restaurant, Indian restaurant, you don't like Indian, your spouse or your wife or your husband says, let's go to an Indian restaurant. Instead of saying, honey, you know I don't like Indian, or you know I don't like Chinese. So no, we're not going to Chinese, but we can have a night out if you really, really want Chinese. We can have a night out where everyone can order their own takeaway of their own choices. But today, can we please go to a Chinese because I don't like Indian? Some people don't like to do that. They don't like conflict. They don't like confrontation. Even if their spouse, they're not going to behave how they think that they're going to behave. Because before we make decisions, we need to ask the the manufacturer. We need to look at the label. So the label will be your spouse. She's the designer, she's the label. We have to ask her or him, honey, are you happy going to the Chinese restaurant? And if your spouse asks you that question, I don't think, thank you so much, thank you so much. I don't think they want you to tell them what you think they want to hear. They want to hear the truth. When I go out, I choose a dress. And if I choose a dress, if you hear me asking my spouse that what do you think about what I'm wearing, it means that I'm not sure. It means that I feel uncomfortable. So I need a second opinion. My spouse will never tell me, honey, you look amazing. He will say, I think I have the same opinion that you have in your head, that it does that dress doesn't feel good. So if I go out and buy a dress, the moment I put in the dress, I connect with it. If I have connection with the dress, I'm not going to ask anyone how I look because I know I'm feeling good. So if I'm asking you the second opinion, it means I'm not 100% sure. I really, really need your help. So instead of you saying to a friend or to your spouse, honey, you look amazing, and you know that they look ridiculous, and you just want them to be happy, you don't want them to upset them, then you're not being authentic. You are not basically, you are not speaking your own truth. So speaking your own truth, it means that I'm going to be who I am. And when you ask me, let's say, let's go out, sometimes I have my friends, I work like crazy and I still have to have time with my family. I still have time with my friends. But there are times where I feel tired. I really, really need to rest. And when my friends, they call me, they say, Nomsa, would you like to go out? Like last week, I had my friend, he wanted to meet up with me. And the following day, I had performance, music performance, and I was working. I had to pick my children from school. So I was like, you know what? So much going on. Really, really so much going on at this moment. I need to prepare for tomorrow. So can we move it to next week? And he was okay. Instead of me turning up and knowing that I'm tired, knowing that my mind is not in that in the moment for me to be with him, I would have simply said, okay, let's go and let's meet up. So you have to be authentic. You have to, you're basically being authentic. It means your behavior has to be in harmony with your beliefs and your values. It has to be in harmony. You cannot meet Nomsa just because I'm a Christian and then you start being saying, oh, amen, if you are not a Christian. You say amen if that's what you believe in, or if you are not a Christian but you still believe in God and you're connecting with what I'm saying, if I'm talking about God. So you cannot fit in with me and try to fit in and be a child of God just because I worship God. So you can't do that. You have to be as authentic as possible. It's okay. When you have friends, it's okay to have different beliefs. It is okay to basically have a conversation with your friends, understand their values and their beliefs, why they believe the things that they believe. So you don't have to basically believe in the same things. I have friends that they don't go to church, but when we do talk about God, they will basically say to me, somehow, I do believe that there is a higher power, there's God out there, but I don't know how to believe him. I don't know. I don't believe in him, but there's part of me that knows that he exists. So I don't have to try to convince them this is what you must believe. So what I can do is talk about my God, what I know about God and what he has done for me. This man that basically basically when I say I believe in God, I have to express myself, and my friends, they don't have to, but most of my friends, they go to church, they believe in God. So you don't have, with speaking your own truth, it means uh, you don't fear of hurting me. If we are friends, like if we are on Facebook, I have people that I'm friends with on WhatsApp. I'm in the group with people on WhatsApp. They are group that sometimes I run. And when those people, sometimes we're friends, we know each other, we love each other. And when they want to advertise something, uh, they come to me and say, Nomsa, there's one of my friend, Dr. Bigot, basically he's one of she's in charge of Gossip Talk Shows. She's the manager of Gossip Talk Shows. Dr. Bigot, when she wants to do something, she will do it. And then she will let me know that, Nomsa, go and have a look. If you agree with it, uh, I'll keep it on. But if you don't agree with it, I'll remove it. But when she's advertising something, she knows that it's a home. She knows that on WhatsApp, the group where we are, this is my home. This is where I can be free. I can be myself. When she goes to the group on Facebook, she knows this is my home. So she'll post it, whatever she's advertising, she'll post it and making sure that she gets her message out there. But some people, they'll be like, no, they won't do it. So I'm like, I don't understand. And they're like, sometimes I didn't know whether the message is gonna be a message for the audience or not. Advertising is advertising. Uh, when you are doing a talk, like if let's say you have a Facebook Live, you are empowering people. So I always say to them, you have to speak your own truth. You have to be authentic and just don't fear of anything. You have that freedom, which is having freedom is something that I have with with my family. It's something that I have, something that I was raised with. I was raised with my family, with my dad, and raised with, I have two fathers in my life. I'm lucky. So I have two daddies in my life. My stepdad, he was coming from a wealthy family. My dad was coming from his father was rich, but my dad was a teacher. So my dad was like a normal, coming from an ordinary family, though his father was rich. But my dad was an ordinary man, he was a teacher. So I'll go to my dad. If I want something with my dad, he will say no. And if he says no, he will sit down and explain to me the importance of him expressing uh, teaching me my values, teaching me to get out there and do things on my own and be independent. So he will say no. So he would teach me the business things. He would teach me, no, sir, do this, do this. So I'll go and sell things and make money for myself. Here's my stepdad. He has money. He has everything. I go to him. If I say, can I please have money? I need to go buy a dress. I need to go buy shoes. He will say, yeah, I give you the money, but you have to do this. So I'm like, why do I need to do that? And it was like, nothing in this world you get is free. So he will explain it to me why he's no, why he's saying no. So I will not argue with him. I say to him, give me the work. I need to go and do some shopping. Give me the work. So he'll give me the work. Make sure that the work is done. Just because he's my dad, it doesn't mean that I have to have everything for free. So everything, so I was raised by the truth. I go to my mom, you go to girls go to their fathers first. I go to my father first. My father says yes, that means I'm gonna get yes for my mom. If my dad says yes, I won't even try to go to my mom because my mom, she's strict. She's very, very strict. So if I get no from my dad, I won't even try to go to my mom. So I would just continue and say, okay, I'll come back one another day and try again. If I go to my stepdad, he agrees. So that means I have to go and ask my mom as well. And I know if my stepdad is saying yes, my mom is going to agree as well. But if he says no, I won't even bother because I know uh, if my dad says no, I know there's no point in me going to my mom. So I was raised by parents that speaks their own truth, teaching me to be the person that I wanted to be. But as we get older, we start basically fearing about what people think. We start protecting ourselves and we start playing by the rules. When I go and visit someone's house, if they offer me orange juice, if they say, oh, I have orange juice, I have this, or I don't have it, but I'm going to the shops are not far. If it's something that I don't like in the house, people are scared. Basically, they play by the rules. If you go to, maybe let's say you come to go see talk shows, when you are listening, you just wanna, honey, you just wanna play by the rules. You don't want to type. You don't want to basically, you don't want your voice to be heard. So you will say yes to everything. That's not speaking your own truth. You will say yes because you fear of being true about yourself, because you want to please Nomsa. But that's not right. If you do things to please me, that's not right. I would never ever do anything. Maybe before 10 years ago, I would do something to please someone, but now I'll not do anything to please someone because I know that if I'm not happy, the other person is not going to be happy. If I'm not happy and there's someone asks me and they say, let's do this, and I do it, and if I'm not happy, they're not going to be happy because I'm going to be miserable. So it's best for me to actually express my feelings and just say no and explain it why I'm saying no. So in that way, we both on the same page. They know where they know that whatever they're doing or I don't want to do it at that moment. And if I explain to them why in a authentic way, there's some people that wants to prove a point. So you don't have to prove a point. You don't have to. For me, basically, anyone that works with the Hope Springs Eternal Introduction Agency, they are my family. You basically, they don't hurt anyone. I do not want anyone hurting anyone at Ngozi talk shows, basically, I'm crazy. I let people know if someone is hurting someone, and even at Hope Springs Tenant Introduction Agency, my team, I say no, I'm not happy. There is no need for me to go on and pretending as not wanting confrontation. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. When I bring in staff, they don't come here to work to be upset. They come to work, and if things are not going well in their lives, they need to go home and sort it out, or get a therapist and sort it out. So that is, for me, that's how I see life. That when you have, basically, when you live your life and you're speaking your own truth, it's easy to be around people. Your energy is going to, basically, instead of avoiding conflict, but your energy, that beautiful energy that is within you, it will help others, empower them. It will empower someone. There are some people, when I'm here to go to talk shows, I get empowered by hearing people's stories. There are some people that they send me their stories. Like, they tell me that I went through this, but then this is where my life has been, and this is who I am now. So Gossip Talk Shows, basically, it gets created by the audience, who basically they tell me their life stories and how they've been able to, basically, conquer the challenges that they face in their lives. So it is very, very important to stand for what you believe in, and having that courage to actually speak and be as authentic as possible. Sometimes we believe if I speak up, people will judge me. They're not gonna like me. If I speak up, I'm gonna cause more pain. If someone is, let's say, they go and apply, let's say someone goes and apply for a job, or they are in work, they already have a job where they are, and they come in confined with a friend saying, this is the problem that I have at work, and then you give them advice, and then tomorrow, and then 1 year later, they're still complaining the same thing, instead of telling them off to go and get another job, or maybe giving them a good advice to say, listen, you've been whining and whining for years. Just change the work. Change the work. Because if you are not happy, there is no point in, if you are in a relationship and you don't match, there's no connection in that relationship. There are some people that enter a relationship, the connection is very strong, and 2 years later they get lazy. So in a relationship where you have to constantly grow. You have to constantly work on that relationship to grow, not to get lazy and say, you know what, I needed a man, I now have a man, I don't need to work anymore. Or I needed a woman, uh, I don't need to work hard anymore for her, or I don't need to do anything anymore. So that's why relationships don't work, due to laziness. Basically, some people are lazy, and they'll be telling you, you know what? I don't think me and my spouse are compatible. And you'll be like, okay, really? And why is that? And they will tell you this. But then you see that if they were to embrace each other, if they were to use their gratitude of having each other in their lives, instead of mourning at each other, instead, if they were to do little things for one another, little things make a big difference. and appreciating each other and basically being grateful of that person being in your life, and instead of whining. For me, basically, I would never complain for someone being in my life. When I'm in a relationship with someone, 10 years ago, I would complain that this person, they are this, but it was me who had a problem, not them. So sometimes when things are not working, you have to look at yourself first, because otherwise you will take the same person to the next relationship. So you have to work on yourself. You have to evaluate yourself, and instead of building the walls of protection, some people build the walls of protection. They're like, okay, I have friends, and Nomsa is my friends. She's my friend. I've been hurt before, so I'm going to build walls in front of me here. And when I don't want no opinion, I don't want no conflict. But Nomsa does not need a conflict. When Nomsa asks you for a good advice, Nomsa Nomsa will love you to actually give her a good advice that is going to empower her, that is going to help her become the person that she wants to be. She does not want you to tell her what you think she wants to hear. So, and you don't have to be afraid of being the person that you want to be. You don't have to be afraid. If you are someone who likes things, or there's some things that you like, just go for it and just do it. Don't be afraid. If you go to people and you meet your friends, just be yourself. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to put this character that doesn't exist. I I basically, I don't put what you see with me, that's what you get. When I'm offline, that's what you get. The behavior that I do when I'm online, I am not perfect. I can tell you that I'm not perfect, but when I'm offline, that's what you're gonna get. You're gonna get unconditional love. If you ask me a question, you're gonna get the truth, even though sometimes the truth is not what we want to hear. You're going to get the truth, because that's what life is about. When you love someone, you inspire them, you want them to grow, you want them to become the person that they are meant to be. So it means I love you, and you ask me something or you want to do something, I'm going to support you. Regardless of what, I'm going to go all in and support you. If there's something that you want to do in your life, but as long as you are willing to do the work as well. So I'm not going to do the work for you. I help my family or I help my friends, but I don't do the work for them. I just provide information. So it means I am being authentic. And it's something that when you show uniqueness to somebody and speaking your own truth, it means that you are not afraid of people's opinion. You are not afraid to show someone how much you love them. Because when you don't speak your own truth, that's not love. When you basically, if you could imagine, if you could help someone, if you could actually speak your own truth and help someone that needs that help, but you held that information for them and you have the valuable information that could change someone's life. Imagine what life could be, what this world could be if anyone was willing to be who they want to be. Imagine, and not being afraid. Imagine what this world will be. It will be not a happy world, but it will be surrounded by so many empowering people. If we go to the graveyard, uh, so many people that are talented, but they never ever showed their talent. They've never ever spoke their own truth because they are afraid. They are afraid of people judging them. They are afraid. So for me, basically, I was once one of those people who were afraid of speaking my own truth. I was one of those people who were not authentic. I was authentic inside, but when I go with people, meet people, I start behaving the same way they behave, not knowing that I'm actually unique, not knowing that I am individual, and not knowing that I have to be authentic, I have to be myself, and I have to know my values, I have to know my beliefs, and live by my values and beliefs. But I was scared, fearing that my friends are not gonna like me if I'm different. They're not gonna like me. I was afraid. But those were the things that were holding me back, being afraid of showing up as Nomsa, being afraid of speaking my own truth. If I love someone or if I date someone and I really, really love them, and if I really, really, when you're feeling, you go deep, your feelings go deep, I'll be afraid of expressing my feelings, how I feel about that person. And I will be going to ask someone else. Shall I tell this person? See, I'm asking the wrong person. So the truth is, you can express your feelings. Do we need to be afraid of rejection? No, we don't. We don't get rejected. We get rejected if we receive that rejection, but we actually don't reject it. You don't get rejected. If you come to gossip talk shows and you say, let's say, you meet me in town or you say, hi, Nomsa. If I ignore you, who is the problem? It means it's me, not you. So what I'm trying to say is if you love someone and your family and you want to pour out your love, you want to be there for them, and you want to love yourself, you want to go out and spoil yourself and buy something, or you want to go out and just have some me time on your own. If you don't do it, who are you holding? You're holding yourself back. You want to go out for a meal, go out. You want to go out for coffee on your own, go out. Don't be afraid of people looking at you and wondering why are you on your own. It's your me time. You just go out and be yourself. You want to watch a movie by yourself, go for it. You want to go for a walk, go for it. You want to go outside and sing and dance, go for it. You want to go and say hello to your neighbors, go for it. You want to come here to go to talk shows and be with Nomsa on the video live, go for it. Ask Nomsa, can I come and be with you at Gossip Talk shows? I have a message that I want the world to hear. Go for it. What's stopping you? Just go for what you want. There's a woman that you like. If you're a man, Charlie, I don't know whether you're married, but if you're not married and there's a girl that you like, why are you waiting? Just go tell that girl how you feel. There's a woman out there who is single, and you can see that there's a guy that you like, but this guy, he doesn't take any notice of you because he's distracted. Mostly, guys are scared of approaching women because they don't want rejection. Before they approach you, basically all they think about is rejection, and they don't know that you're not going to reject them. So what got to do again, if there's someone, there's a guy that you like, just let's say let's go to the movies. I'm not asking you out. I'm asking you to be my friend. Let's go to the movies. Then you leave up to them to make a move if they want to. Just say, let's go to the movies. I'm not asking you out. You're not asking the guy out, but you're saying, are you free? Let's go to the movies. Or are you single? If you are single, I'm not asking you out. You're gonna ask me out when you want to as a man. But I love your company. I think I will enjoy your company. Let's go to the movie. Instead of telling your girlfriends, you know what? He is so cute. I wish he could ask me out. Just ask the bloody guy out and say, let's go to the movies. I remember you've not said to him, I want to be your girlfriend. I want to be this. You just asking him as a friend. We are allowed to have friends, aren't we? So and then if he likes you, then he's gonna have to make a move and say, you know what? I think you're beautiful. I would like to go out to take you on a date. But if you really, really like the guy, and you see that the guy is distracted in his own world, and you see him all the time, and you know he's single, just say there's a film that come out, and I fancy to go and see that film. Would you like to come with me? Remember, you've not made a move of saying, I want to go out on a date with you. Leave it up to him. Be as nice as possible, be as authentic as possible when you go out with this guy. Or guys, if you see a woman that you like, don't be afraid of rejection. It's okay to hear no. If the girl says no, it is okay. You shouldn't be ashamed or you shouldn't feel guilty. It is okay for a girl to say no. You can't expect everyone to say to give you a yes, a yes. When someone says no, it gives you the confidence. It gives you the confidence of you becoming who you want to be, because you know that when someone says yes, that means they reply, they have time to say, oh no, I can't go out today, I'm busy. It's okay. So if you like the girl, be authentic, ask her out. And that's fine. Instead of wondering, okay, I'm wondering if they like me. Okay. So just lead from within and find your own voice. That's all I can tell you. So we are here Monday to Friday at Ngozi Talk Shows. We are here to Friday at Ngozi Talk Shows, 1 p.m. UK time and UK time. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. If you want to connect with the speakers at Ngozi Talk Shows, please feel free to connect. And God bless. Someone is calling me. That means I need to go to another call.